Yeah, that's cool.
This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pendergast podcast, and what an honor it is to have my man Lucca Allen, BSB, up in the house. What is going on, man?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh man, we're doing good. We're doing good, and always an honor to have Mark Sherm Dog, up in the house. What's going on, Mark?
Surviving another snow day.
Yeah, it's not. How's the weather out there where you are, Lucca?
Just raining non-stop rain all the time. I wouldn't mind that if it was like in the race season, but I'm having to drive everywhere, and it's really weird. It's like I'm driving my car, and I'm there thinking I don't have wets on.
Yeah, it's actually so Mark's in Pennsylvania. He's about 6 hours from me north. It's sunny here, but it's just cold and windy. He's got a bunch of snow. But 6 hours where you are is pretty much across the whole UK.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That'd get me like near the top of maybe middle of Scotland.
Yeah, and I remember when I come to Cadwell, my mate Dave Neal was like, dude, you're gonna need to bring like a rain jacket and a pair of pants and a pair of shorts and all this, right? So the first day I wasn't prepared. And absolutely, that's exactly what happened. I show up, dude. So I ended up buying a beanie hat and a jacket and all this because it was nice and sunny. Next thing I know, the clouds are coming and it's raining and it's cold. It's like, yeah, it was crazy.
We'll just give you a bathing suit next time.
Facts. That's what I should have brought. You know what? When I go back out there, that's exactly what I'll do.
We do the American way, the board shorts and the t-shirt. We're good.
We all want to see that Chris walking around Cadwell in bathing suit.
You know it, right? With the Pendergast bathing suit. That's right. That's right. So listen, Lucca, what an honor it is on here, man. I can't wait to get in and hear your story, man. So take it from the beginning. From the very beginning, how did you get into motorcycles?
Well, it was my dad always had bikes from when I was little. That only I'm ever like on the roads, road riding. So obviously growing up around them, I was always like, I want a bike. And I think I started asking when I was probably maybe around like 6 years old. And it was like, no, consistently no. And I kept doing this thing where on his phone or on his work iPad, I'd go onto it and I'd leave on the browser motocross bikes for kids. Because obviously I didn't know the model of what bike I wanted or needed. So I just put motocross bikes for kids and just leave it open on like the kitchen table or side or something like that. And then eventually he did get the hint eventually. He got me a little CRF 70 just to go around the drive, around the garden and stuff like that, messing about. And then he finally thought we'd go up to local track, and then all these kids were on like 65s on two strokes and stuff. And he was like, right, we'll get you one of them. And then it was just a lot of local riding, really. Never really raced much until I got into a 85, onto a big wheel, and then done a few AMCA rounds. Never really like done loads. But I remember my last ever meeting, I think I finished 4th, which was, for me, that was like, I was ecstatic about that. I was like, that's wicked. And then, and then of all things, a plasterer come around the house. And he saw like the picture of me on a motocross bike, just lying around the house on bike parts as you do. The house just gets flooded with them, doesn't it? And and he was just like, oh, why don't you come try what was at the time, if it still is British mini bikes? And I was like, oh, what's that about? He told us I had to go on his lad's bike, Rossi Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go on Rossi's pit bike at the time, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this. And then it all kind of just snowballed, really.
So from there, how did you end up in the GP2 class?
Yeah, it was so the first year on the mini bikes, I finished 4th, my first year on it. And then the next year we moved up to Bemsey, the Team Green Junior Cup, as well as doing like the mini GP 140s. Then I managed to win the mini GP 140s and then finish something like 5th in the Bemsey Team Green. And then we saw everyone else going to BSB, so we thought, why not? We'll go do it as well. So went and got a 400 from MSS, And first year there was a lot of crashing, like properly learning the tracks. Obviously, I learned them at Bemsey, but not at like that pace. And so there was I just crashed non-stop that year, and it was just like, oh, he's on the floor again. He's on the floor again. And then the next year we moved on to the R3 with McCann Yamaha, part of like the Blue Crew Cup thing. We moved on to that, and then once we'd moved on to that, it was, I think I finished 4th in the championship again, just shy of 3rd. Hopefully without DNFs, you always look back and go, if I didn't have them DNFs, I'd have maybe got 3rd, but everyone says that, don't they? And then
right.
And I was supposed to go to Stock 6 the next year, but I was out at Colin Edwards' place flat tracking, and what had happened was it was literally I'd done it on like the second to last day, which I think is always the way. It's always the last or second to last day, innit?
Yeah.
And I pitched it into this corner, and I was coming in, and I was going, I'm catching him a bit too quick, and I picked the bike up, and I'm kind of like just T-boned him like that, and I flipped over the front, but because I'm hypermobile anyway, I just bend more than I should, and my knee completely snapped backwards, just ripped out my ACL, MCL, lateral, and meniscus ligaments.
Ooh.
So yeah, the whole job's lot. Ooh. And then I didn't want to get the surgery because that meant I'd have to have a year off. Tried riding with my knee how it was, and one of the other lads I went on a track day with, he said he could see my knee going like that from behind, and he was like, you need to get that fixed. So then we was like, yeah, we'll take the year out, and then these Calexes come up for sale, and then we bought them, and it kind of just went from there.
So I'm guessing that Helen Bennett said asking about flat tracking at Boasties. Is that what she's talking about?
Yeah, Peter Boast. Yeah, that's a wicked little setup actually, up in up or down, somewhere in Lincoln, towards Lincoln sort of way. It's wicked little setup. You hire the bike for the day, and it's just good for maintaining skill, really, reactions, and Pete's sound bloke as well. You get a lot of the lads up there, so yeah, that's a really good setup, that is.
Yeah, Pete's awesome. I actually talked to him, so he's actually come on the show. I don't know, he's in my calendar somewhere. But yeah,
that's pretty amazing though that you were able to still get on a bike with ACL, MCL. If you did the PCL, the meniscus. I mean, I did a ACL twice blowout, and you can't even walk. I mean, your leg just gives out.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But just the fact that you're even to get on there and putting a lot of pressure on there.
Yeah, and I probably went
insane.
I probably tried riding at the worst track I could probably try go ride at. I tried riding at Cadwell on a 600 with a blown out knee.
Yeah, the worst track to ride out.
Because obviously, because of my motocross days, I can't help but jump the mountain. So my first thoughts I was just like, I'm on a 600. I've got enough power to jump this. So even with a blown out knee, I was just trying to jump it all the time. And it was just like, my knee can't take this. And then we was like, you know what? We'll give it benefit of the doubt. We'll try the Alton Park test because, Cadwell was hard, physical, tight track. And then got to Alton Park and it was still no better. My knee was blowing up between sessions. We was icing it and we was like, we ain't getting anywhere with this. So then we just had to get the surgery.
Yeah, that's you did everything at one time to your knee, right? You just didn't do one thing.
Oh my God, you did it all at once. Might as well get it all done at once.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the recovery, Lucca, was it a proper year to actually get you're fully back?
About 6 months, maybe.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they're pretty good today. I mean, they have you up and walking like the next day already.
Yeah.
Like you get those, and this, it's the technology is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, and it was like, I think what doesn't help is that I've had that knee opened up twice before, from when they had to put a rod through my femur and then pull it out because it was on my growth plate. So I've got that one leg that's like much shorter than the other. And then, so that was just how I think that didn't help with the swelling when they did the surgery. It was literally swelled up for probably a good 2 months. Didn't go down for ages. And then I think the worst part of it all was they gave me these little like injection things I had to inject myself with every day. for like twice a day, I think it was. And you had to inject yourself every day. And it was horrible having to do that. So you look at it and you're like, I have to inject myself with that. And this needle was like that big. I was like, no way.
Oh, really? How
Yeah,
long was that for? I don't know, it was clots or what? That's
Yeah, that would have been rough, dude, for sure. I'd be
especially at your age.
I'd be looking at it like this, and be like, I gotta stick myself with this twice a day right here.
Yeah. That wasn't fun. Not my idea of fun anyway.
So what did your parents think about all this when you start getting hurt? And were they on board, or they're like, oh no, you gotta stop?
Mum used to take it a lot harder than Dad did. Dad was always like, because Dad always went to motocross tracks with me, and he was kind of used to it by the time before I hurt myself properly, because I'd knocked myself out and at motocross, and he'd come over and they'd be like, he's knocked himself out, and he'd just be like, oh right, that's that then. And I think before I started getting the big injuries, he was set. You can never get used to it, can you? It's your kid, but I think he was like in a way semi used to it. But I think the first big injury I had was when I'd done my legs, and I come home, my mum was like, no way. She was like, can't keep doing this and all of that. And then and now she's kind of a bit more like, you've done this to yourself. she's just got used to it now. I'm going around the house going, oh, my leg, and she's going, done it yourself.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hear it. So Helen said again, she said about the championship flat tracking school at Glentham.
It might
I don't
be.
know if that's a question or
yeah. Dude, Helen's awesome. I'm actually met Helen at Cadwell. So hello, Helen. How you doing? She was proper. She actually works in the media center there at Cadwell. Yeah. So when you go there, Lucca, go find Helen over there at the media center and say hello and give her a big old hug for me for sure. She's awesome. So GP2, your first year. When was your first year in GP2?
Last year.
Last year
was my first year because the year before I had the year off.
Okay, for your surgery.
Yeah. So then last year was the first year back on a bike, and it was kind of like I was so unfit. Like come the start of the season, I was like, yeah, I've dropped a few kilos. I was like, I'm doing all right, and I got on the bike in Almeria, and I was like, wow. I was like, I've got some training to do, and then so obviously that was easy, fixable. You just train. That's easy, fixable. But the big hurdle was going to all the tracks again for the first time, having to relearn them, and then on a different bike, and then on what is probably one of the hardest bikes to ride. Because Almeria, after the first session, I come in and said to the guys, obviously the team I'm riding for, FR89, riding for Fraser. I'd come and said to the guys, I was like, you can take that back. I'm not riding that. That's horrible. the thing is so stiff. It's like not like anything I've ridden before. It was crazy. It was because I remember it was on the sighting laps. I realised it was so stiff because there's this downhill left, and all I'd done was shut the throttle. I'd shut the throttle. That was it. You on any bike, you can shut the throttle, not be on the brakes, tip into a corner, it'll be fine. And I've tipped into the corner, off the throttle and off the brakes, and the back end tried coming around. And I was like, oh, God. I was like, this is crazy.
You're like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So explain to everybody what a GP2 motorcycle is. I know what it is, but for everybody listening, what is a GP2 bike in the British 600 class?
So what they are is they're prototype machines with standard homologated engines in them. They have to run the standard engines, but then everything else is on them is prototype. You can run different wheels, same wheels as Super Sport. We run the same tires. The main thing that's different is our chassis and engines. Because our chassis are stiffer, we get more benefit from the chassis. Like I'm on the Cal-X. Because they don't flex, you're supposed to be able to do more with more corner speed. So then that means they penalise us by having standard engines, which is then my bike last year. I think the most it put out was 128. And you've got some of the super sport bikes putting out 150 plus, and you're just like, this is crazy. Like they're just blatting past you on the straight, some of them. It is nuts. But I think for me, there's definitely a lot more time to come out the Calex. In the corner entry is my big gain. I need to get sorted. Hold the brake for too long.
But you guys can pick any chassis you want as long as it's aftermarket, right?
Yeah, so long as it's prototype chassis. So you've got obviously the obvious one being Calex. If someone wanted to run they're called Bosco-Scurus now, aren't they?
Yeah, Bosco-Scurus, yeah.
Yeah, or an old Speed Up one, or an old Suitor, or you've got like the Chassis Factory. You can run them as well. Yeah, there's quite a few options. So long as they're not a homologated chassis, I think it's allowed.
So your buddy Jake Marsh just posted saying, "Still smoke the field, legend Lucca."
It didn't quite smoke them, but no, we did well. We had a good first year. We've got a lot to learn for, I was going to say next year, but this year. But there's always loads to learn, isn't there? No matter whether you're superbike, world superbike, you still learn something, can't you? Because you point out, I'm going to the data on the guys and going, no, I was braking later and I was letting off the brake later, I promise you. And they'll overlay the data from the last session and I'll go, no, you weren't.
Listen, it's a sport. You always constantly learn because everything always changes. Equipment changes, technology changes.
Yeah.
How do you feel this year for being fit? Are you ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm currently
feel good.
72. I think last time I weighed myself, 72 kilos. When the season starts, ideally want to be 70, 69 kilos. Although I'm struggling to drop that at the minute. But it's literally just down to cardio all the time, constant cardio. That's all I've done. Just before the podcast, I've done about half hour, 45 minutes, just squeeze in a little bit. But it's just about cardio because you don't lose weight doing weights, do you?
No.
So what's like a regular race day for you? Like when you wake up, what do you do? What do you have a routine to go through? Like what do you eat? How do you get your mind ready? You get all the butterflies?
Quite often I'll just get up, go to the toilet, lighten the load.
Yeah, that's right.
Important.
Kilos,
usually it's
right.
Start the race. You see them all running for the box.
That's at least 10 kilos lighter right now.
Yeah, 100%. And then no, but in seriousness, we'll the guys make me eat breakfast and food in general because on the race weekend I struggle to eat a lot. I spoke to a few of the racers about it. I think it's just like the adrenaline of it, and you struggle to eat under adrenaline. So the guys, I'll wake up and they'll have food ready there for me, so I can't not eat, and they're like, eat. So usually have like, I don't know really. It varies with some mornings I'll get up and I want bacon sandwich. Other mornings I'll get up and it'll be like yogurt and granola, something boring. And then we'll just, if like Friday practice, it's a lot busier day. I've got to get my head straight for the start of the session because the problem is with BSB because there's so few sessions. If you fluff FP1, the rest of them are just going to be so much harder than they should be or could be. So you've definitely got to try and get up to pace as quick as you can. The problem is if you don't, it throws your setup, doesn't it? It's like it will be too soft then for FP2 because they've gone, right, you need it softer because you're not riding as quick. And then all of a sudden FP2, you go 3 seconds a lap quicker and the bike's completely out of the range it should be in. So it's so that's difficult sometimes because that Calex is so like really finicky. As in Snetterton, we put 1 mil on the ride height, 1 mil extra because I begged for it. It was like, it will ruin the setup. I was like, no, I just want 1 more. And it just completely threw it out. Like the front was folding everywhere, pushing wide, just 1 mil of rear ride height, ruined the whole lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And then we'll come in from whether it's FP1 or just a session in general. We'll come in, I'll get my kit off. I'll have quick 5 minutes to think over the session in the lorry on my own. And then Ian will be out in like the data part of the awning, so we separate the awning. And then once I'm ready, I'll walk out. Ian will be there ready for me with the data, and then we'll run through the data and basically tell me what I'm not doing right. We'll look at all the telemetry and put my feedback against it, see if it's matching. If it is, we'll make the right call on whether it's gearing, suspension change, or anything like that. And then we just kind of then hope the best for the races.
That's
So any superstitions? Some people like have to wear the same socks, or they have some kind of superstitious thing they do before they race, and they got to do it the same way every time.
I've got some really strange ones.
We got to hear them because we've heard some strange ones. Trust me.
Yeah.
When I put my kit on, this is day to day as well. This isn't just a weekend. If I do this wrong, I'm gonna have a bad day. Like them socks have to come off, go in the wash, and I'm putting a different pair on. I always have to put my left sock on first. I always have to put my left leg through my suitable base layers first. Literally left side everything first. Earplug, glove, left side for everything. And then this sounds really daft, but I refuse to ride big bikes in the month of February. Because that is when every time I've ridden in February, I've had like huge accidents. So now I'm just like, nah. There's like a time frame. It's like late Feb. No, I'm not riding. That's it. I just don't. Because like the ligaments was Feb, the femur was Feb, the big burn was Feb. It was just like, no, I'm not doing it anymore.
Hey, I understand. I mean, Chris could fill in February. I mean,
I could fill in for you for
Do
February.
it.
Absolutely, I can.
Get
Yeah,
a team to organise a test.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying how well I'll do, but I'll definitely throw my leg around it and give it my all. They'll be like, dude, what happened, Lucca? You're like 40 seconds off the pace. I'd be like, I need an extra mill in the rear, man. Put an extra mill in there. I got
a
it.
few extra stones on you. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah. Damn, you got fat, Lucca. Sorry, mate. Too much fish and chips and mushy peas, which are awesome, by the way. That was one of my favorite things while I was there. Yes.
Mushy peas are good. You can still get them here. I just had them a couple weeks ago.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got an Irish pub here along the river.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So do you follow our series here in the States, Moto America?
Yes, briefly.
So who do you like? So we got a pretty cool season coming up.
Obviously, Brandon, Pash,
of course, everyone.
Who doesn't like Brandon? He's just a character, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's wicked. It's like, have you seen that video of him riding that Ninja 250, jumping it?
Yeah, the little Gart track. Yeah, dude, that was awesome. Yeah,
who thinks of that? Like, yeah, he's a character. He's wicked. I was going to say, but I don't know what he's doing. Jack Roach. I still don't know what he's doing this year. So obviously Jack's a mate, but I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's doing BSB or what. So if he was to do Moto America, obviously it'd definitely be Jack amongst that. Who else have you got? Who was it that rode for Westby?
Oh, Matty Skoltz.
Yeah.
We're still waiting to see about his ride. Hopefully this year. That team has folded up.
Right in the wet. He's fast. In the wet, he's the
South Africans are all fast. I mean, you got Cam Peterson and Skoltzy, they always battle. I mean, there must be something down there.
It must be in the water. That's what I was gonna say. It must be in the water.
Always fast.
Yeah. But mind you, do you see that video of Matthew and wet when he crashed down the hill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
where he's doing the slide safe. It was like second down.
Yeah,
that was sick. I've watched.
He's still hanging on the bike too.
Yeah,
until he hit the grass, and then he's like, "Oop, better let go."
Yeah, did he still podium that?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he got up and
he still podiumed, didn't he? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's the only thing that annoys me a bit about BSB. We can't get up and carry on. If we crash, that's it, out the race. But I think there's obviously a reason behind it.
Well, your tracks are a lot tighter, smaller. You know, they're not quite as big. It might be a problem for you guys.
Yeah, your tracks.
Usually they can get off not all the time, but most of the time they can get off far enough where they can get back up and try again. And they're like not on the race line.
Massive tracks. I'm playing them on the games. And I'm like, this track is so wide. It's like triple the size of Cadwell.
What game are you playing?
I play a lot of Ride 5.
Dude, bro, listen, we're gonna have to get on there and play together for sure because I play Ride 5. We
Right.
will. Yeah, Ride 5 is awesome. But dude, you're right. So I've been to Cadwell. Obviously, it's my favorite track, right? Mark, next time I'm putting Mark in my suitcase and I'm gonna put Amy in the other suitcase. And yeah, I'm gonna ship him out there. Yeah.
We'll just fly you over there. Just have your dad give me the 777.
That's it.
I'll be
good to
I'll
go.
be right next to him.
Yeah. But man, that's one thing that when I first showed up, man, how narrow the track was. But to be honest with you, Cadwell Parks, the layout I think is bigger than VIR, Virginia International Raceway here. The course that Moto America races on, not the full course, because we have a full course too, right? But the North course that they race on, yeah, Cadwell Park's bigger than that as far as lengthwise, right? And it's super hilly. You see it on TV. It don't look as hilly it is. It's a lot more hilly than VR. And of course the famous mountain jump. It was just
it's wicked. I love it,
bro, dude. And of course that picture that I posted for social media that I used for this podcast was the one of you jumping.
Yeah, it's
the Cadwell Mountain, man. That's
yes.
Dude. So when I was there too, I came friends with my man Caden Wilkinson, right? And bro, he was properly sending two over the mountain. I was like, dude, it was so awesome to watch in real life. Like I tell everybody, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen on two wheels.
Yeah, it is. It is wicked. I was because Cadwell was the track I performed best at, even though I'd done some daft stuff when I was there. But I said to the guys, the only reason I'm quick, I just want to get around to the mountain quicker each lap. I just want to get back to the mountain. But no, Cadwell was eventful. We had a bit of a whoopsie in Q2 early on. So I had to go through Q1, got through Q1 into Q2. And I was like, this is going all right, this is. And then dropped it at, the last corner.
Mm-hmm.
And where I dropped it, I've managed to go under the air fencing and into the barrier. And I've stood up on my shoulders like that. And I'm like, oh no. So we went and seen someone we know in the paddock and they slipped it back in. And I was like, all right, this is cool. I'm feeling all right. I'm ready to race. Next morning, I got up and I was like, that hurts. I was like, that's sore. And then we went out in the race and it felt, obviously, when the adrenaline kicks in, I was fine and then didn't even notice it. And then I thought that the corner, after you've gone out over the mountain, you've got Hull Bends.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, for some reason, it crossed my mind that I could go into there without braking and just kiss the limiter. So I was coming in, I was nearly at the limiter, and then I'd grab the front, not grab it, and just, it's only
Squeeze
gentle on the front there, yeah. And then obviously it's the right, left. And I was like, I can go in there without braking. Because I thought if I hit the limiter, the bike's going to drag back a bit. So that was my thought process. And I've come into there and it's gone, why didn't? As I've kissed the limiter, I've dropped it in. It's gone into the right. It's gone in perfectly. But I'd completely forgotten the fact you can't ride that Calex and not do anything on it at any point. So as I've flicked to left, the bike's under no load and the front just went bang. And I was like, no. Because I was sitting third at the time and I was like, no way that's just happened.
Yeah, that's those stiff chassis bikes. You got to keep the front loaded all the time for sure. Yeah. Absolutely, you do. So we actually have a comment too from Chris Lewis. What is up, man? He says that which circuit would you say is the most physically intensive?
It has probably got to be Cadwell or Alton Park. Alton Park's really, it doesn't look it, but Alton Park's like hard on the shoulders. Cadwell is just hard on everything because you're constantly moving. That long straight is the big break you get. Other than that, you're corner into corner into corner into corner. It's like coming over out the gooseneck, the front's lifting, and just as the front's dropping down, you're on the brakes into the hairpin. It's like you don't get a break around there. But it's I think that's what makes it so good though.
Yeah, Harry Cook says he agrees with you. He says Alton Park is physical.
Harry, my mate, what is up, Harry? Dude, Harry's awesome.
He just tried calling me like.
Did he really?
Knows more
he just
people.
tried calling me 13 minutes ago.
Would you say, Mark?
I said, you know more people. I mean, pretty soon you're gonna be like more famous than Valentino Rossi. I think more people in Europe are gonna know you than here and everywhere else. You're becoming a star here.
Who, me?
Yes. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to do a podcast with you on your own podcast.
Mind you,
Like Lucca is a commentator with me.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
looking at the comments now, and Jack Nice has just said knock Hill.
Yep. Jack
Yeah.
too. What's up, Jack?
Yeah, that
man?
would be a pretty hard
Knock
one.
Hill's real physical.
Yeah.
Jack says, "What's up, Chris and my bro Luca?" Jack, what? Are we not mates either? I'm just joking with you, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. Carl Knight says, "Lucca Allen is the man." And then Harry says, "Love you, Luca." What about me, Harry? You know, I'm always much love.
Yes, he
Watch.
is.
Look. You like
There
that,
you
didn't
go.
you,
How'd you
dude?
do that?
Yeah, look.
Oh, wait,
if
yeah, in
Oh.
America. Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
can do it here, right?
yeah.
Oh, mine don't do it.
Oh, you know what? Mine doesn't either. Why doesn't mine do it? Oh, you know what? Because we're not on Facebook. Are you on Facebook? Nope.
No, all you guys are
I know this
on
one.
my link. It does something else too. I know the hearts, but I know somebody else did it too when I had them on the podcast. It'll do it. I think you just got to do it just right.
Yeah, don't do it just right.
Jake's dad just commented, Luke had a great year last year. Have I missed a story about him losing an inch off his love stick at Silverstone?
Dude, Peter, what is up, man? Peter's awesome.
I think I should answer that comment.
Absolutely.
The story behind that is it's at Silverstone at round 1. I'd come into the kink left into turn 2, and the front was just, I still don't know what I've done because that whole weekend now I was just can't remember anything. But anyway, the front had folded, and I've been sliding, folded at 128, and I've been sliding for that long that it burnt a hole in the suit where you don't want to burn a hole in the suit.
Ooh.
And got road rash also where you don't really want road rash. So that's that. That was a sore one.
Yeah. Love stick hurt for a while, huh, dude? That was awesome, Peter.
Hard to ride after that. Back and forth. Oh my god.
Honestly.
That's good stuff, man.
Hey, that's a good story, actually.
So 2023 first year in GP2 class racing against 600s. How would you rate your season?
That's a tough one because there's obviously, I think sometimes you can get blinded by the fact you finished third. Like you can get a bit blinded by that, I think. But if I'm honest, probably a 6. There was a lot of room for improvement within my riding. I had my off at Cadwell, which definitely takes it down a rating. Then obviously the Silverstone incident, that didn't need to happen. I think I just got, looking back on it now, I think you always need to be able to criticize yourself. And I think I just got a bit ahead of myself. I was like, round 1, let's go. I had a good test at Silverstone in the wet. So I was excited for that. So I thought, yeah, I was just overexcited. Then the crash happened, which I think was to do with me getting overexcited, really. And then that took me out for 2 rounds, which lost me a potential of, well, what is it, 100 points. Not saying I've got 100 points, of course, but it's lost me definitely at least 4 fourth places, which is a lot of points.
Yeah.
So there's always room for improvement within a season, even if you've won it, I think. And
yeah, for sure.
Chris Lewis has said as well, obviously data is massively important, but can you sometimes get data overload? I think sometimes you can. It just depends. Like you can analyze it for too long. It's most dangerous when you come to the end of a day and you've got the rest of the night, and you'll go back into your and you'll get the laptop out and you'll just keep looking. Especially if you've had a crash where you're looking at the data and you can't understand why you've crashed. And when it gets to that point, you just need to put it down to you've folded the front, that's it. Whereas sometimes you could be like, what did I do wrong? Was there a bump? It didn't look, I pulled the same amount of brakes I did last lap. And I think sometimes it can definitely get too much sometimes, but it's a big tool to have as well.
that's what we kind of say here, with our super bikes and everything, how everything's just so data driven, and the computers, they hold the throttle, it knows where you are on the track, it knows what corner you're in the track. Sometimes we wonder how fun it would be if they just went back to old school where they got rid of all the rider aids, and it just left it up to the rider, to just the wrist, the wrist and the brain. I think, it'd be a slower race, but I think for the entertainment, it would be so much better because they'd be a lot closer to be banging in each other. Even just the starts. I mean, how many people growing up know what it's like to let go of a clutch on a start and not have a button of launch control? All the kids growing up today, have they ever actually done anything without launch control? I think it'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, me too. Lucca, on the GP2 bike, you don't have launch control, any of that. Like the electronic side of the bike. Do you guys use Motec or?
Well, for the data, we use 2D.
2D.
But we don't have any electronics. No,
over there you guys don't not like we have here.
No,
yeah,
we don't run electronics.
That is the cool thing about BSB. They don't run that stuff like we do here.
Even
that's what I'm saying. I think it'd be kind of cool if they could just do it kind of like that.
Yeah.
But we're always about speed, but when a guy's beating somebody by 14 seconds, half a lap, I mean, it's not fun to watch anymore because it's just, especially when you go to the race yard, you know who's going to win, and they're going to blow them away. It's like, why watch? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And listen, if anybody out there that's watching this that actually wants to jump in the podcast and ask Lucca a question live, send me a message in Facebook Messenger. I'll send you the link and you can jump in here and ask Lucca yourself, which I think would be pretty cool. So if anybody's listening, you want to jump in, send me a message on Messenger, and I'll send you the link. You can jump in here and
definitely hit them up. Let's see. We were talking about this earlier about doing this, and we thought that'd be pretty cool to actually have you guys actually go on camera, at least ask your question and get your answer.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, man. Fraser Harley says, what would you say is your biggest goal for the year, Lucca, 2024?
Everyone's goal is to always win a championship, and that's I think that's always the long and short of it. You don't go and spend like whatever it is, like stupid money on tires to go and try and mess about and do you? I think you always go in it to try and win. But it's going to be tough this year. You've got obviously Owen Jenner coming into it, fast rider. You've got bloody hell, what's his name? I've gone blank. He rode for Jack Nixon. You've got Jack Nixon coming into it. He's like really fast. So there's a potential we could try and win it. Definitely try podium championship again, but it will be tough. Jack's fast and Owen are really, really fast, and you've got other people joining as well that are all like seriously quick. So I'm
gonna have to hit my man Cameron Frazier up and see if he's going to be back in the GP2 class, because I haven't heard anything. Have you?
I tried messaging him the other day, and he was like, "He's being all, don't know."
Yeah.
You do know.
Yeah, he knows for sure. He knows.
I tried it again. He just completely ignored it, and I was like,
I'm not telling you. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that gin company is done?
Gin, yeah. I actually had him. I had him on the podcast. Cameron, actually, I sent him a Pin to Gas shirt, and he sent me his championship winning shirt right there. And right there is my mate Jake Marsh right there.
There is with the Pin to Gas on the bottom of it.
Yeah, dude, it's such an honor because they're running me on his leathers and his bikes, and I don't know what to say. It's funny, man, because I reached out to. Oh my God, I got to look it up so I don't get this wrong. I reached out to hang on. Man, what's his name? Club 98 Racing. Man, I can't remember his name.
Oh, we had him on the podcast.
No. Nope. He races for R&D Racing.
Club 98.
Yeah, man, no, dude. DM Club 98, making comeback, follow BR Racing. Club 98 team.
Oh, I know who you're on about.
Oh my, I can't remember his name, man.
I know who you're on about.
My blank. Him.
Yeah, I know.
So listen, I hit him up,
Ben.
right?
Ben.
Who?
Ben.
Yes, Ben.
Yeah.
Yes. So I hit him up. I was like, "Hey Ben, I'd love to, have chat with you and like to get you on the podcast." Look, this is what he replied. Can you guys see that? He says, "Hey mate, you're actually on my leather suit this year. I raced for R&D Racing." I was like, "Wait, what? How awesome is that, dude?
Small
Look,
world.
dude, small world right there. It is.
There it is.
That's sweet. That is
Proper, man, absolute proper." But yeah, I need to. I'll hit Cameron up. But yeah, he was telling me, because when I had him on the podcast, him and his partner was, I think it's already been packaged and stuff. They might have been waiting on their license for something, and then they were getting ready to start like shipping it out everywhere.
yeah.
But have you tried it?
I
No.
haven't yet. I want to.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, send me some, please.
That's right. Yeah, Jake Marsh, Ben. Thank you, Jake. Thank you for saving me, mate. Yeah, dude, I try to keep up with everybody's name. I really do. It's I got a phone and a notebook full. 2 notebooks actually sitting right here. I'm just
It's gonna keep getting bigger. So
dude, bro. Yeah, I need it's almost like I need another laptop just to keep everything. Max Hall, what is up? He says, Lucca, hi, hope all is well. Absolutely, man. And then Chris Lewis again. Chris, man, listen, why don't you just send me a message on Messenger? I'll bring you in and you can ask Lucca live your question, your next question. But he says, what class are you racing in 2024?
I'll be GP2 again, same as last year, same setup, riding for Fraser again. That setup really seemed to work last year. Get a lot of support from the guys, and they're just really good with their data. Like when Ian first introduced me to data, I was like, what is this? It's just a bunch of squiggly lines on the screen. I don't know what I'm looking at. So you see your brake sensor here, and you trail it and you're going on and off. And I was like, I don't know which one the brake sensor line is. And he had to point it out to me and like completely show me it all. But yeah, they're all, it's just, for me, it's just something that works really tight, nice feel to it. And obviously I date Holly Harris, who is Fraser's sister. So, it all just works really well.
That's awesome. That is awesome. 2024 is going to be big. The race is going to be just in all categories, in BSB, Moto America, and Moto GP too. So you're with the same team, same mechanics, same crew, same everything.
Yeah, whole lot.
Yeah. And what engines do you guys use in the GP2? Are they Triumphs?
We use a Honda,
Okay.
the old CBR6. I know Jake runs a 765, or is it
Triumph.
675?
Yeah.
Jake has to correct me. It's either 765 or 675. I know the Go Racing lot used an R6 engine. The chassis is based around an R6. And Kramer used a KTM 890. But obviously that's a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, twin. So there's a mix of engines in there, definitely. And then, but the CBR is just, it doesn't seem at the minute quite as quick. But hey, Jack Scott did it, didn't he? And Kyle and Charlie Nesbitt and that. So there's no excuse, is there?
No, absolutely not. And that's one thing that I love about the class. There's so many varieties of just configuration. I think it's awesome that they allow prototype chassis and swing arms in class with no engine modifications, right? Some would think that would probably be the cheapest way to go racing. because
that
up
makes
front is the big expense for the chassis and all that, right? And then, but you don't have to worry about what $15,000-$20,000 R6 rebuilds or whatever they are, right? It's
crazy.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice a year. So
It was kind of like when our twins class was supposed to be here, supposed to be affordable, and it's gotten like you can spend a ton of money on it now.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's like we know some teams that were refreshing the R6 engines every 3 rounds. Imagine how expensive that was getting.
Man, and let's just say 10 grand, right? That's already $30,000, and you still got 7 races to go, whatever it is.
You've still got the Vance and Hines heads, like their money, the big money. All of that is just big cash. And the good thing about the Calex and GP2s is that once you've got the initial buy of the bike, it's stock 6 money to run it. It's one engine lasts you a year. You use the same amount of sets of tires as stock 6. And the best part about it is if you ride the chassis properly, there's not really a reason why you can't be up there overall, as Jack Scott proved and Nesbitt. So
I don't know why we don't do something like that here.
I don't either.
That's really what they brought the twins class in for, but then we're able to make it so expensive. You know what I mean?
Did they replace?
It always seems like we have a way to make it more expensive.
Yeah, over there, did they replace a class with the twins? Like, have they kicked a class out?
No, I believe they just added it because they talk about getting rid of the stock 1000 class, but that was the stock 1000s were still running when the twins got introduced. It was supposed to be so it'd be closer racing, and like people that want to come up and actually race could probably afford it because honestly, unless you have some big bikes, you're not going to super sport unless you've got some major bucks for super bike or super sport, or I mean even stock 1000 is even up there, but like that would be cool. Now our new thing, I don't know if you've ever watched it, but our baggers class where that's becoming like the big new thing right now. That's where pretty much all the money's going. I mean, those guys are, a lot of the riders are going over to the baggers class because they're getting paid big bucks.
Yeah,
and it's it's getting really popular. And I guess now was the announcement that they're going to be a COTA.
Yep, they're going to be a COTA with
the world's going to see it.
Yep.
Was it Williams that was sliding it?
Oh, dude, McWeens is a genius. Yes. And you know what's crazy? The Indian and the Harley Davidsons are the only factory teams we have in Moto America. True factory
a Honda out there like it's Aspen Kate or something, a Goldwing. But what's crazy is at Daytona, so they run the 600s at Daytona, and the baggers were going just as fast as the 600s were on the back street. They clocked them at 184. Can you imagine that? 184 on a bike like that? That's nuts.
Dude, and Lucca, a lot of those guys, like especially the factory teams, man, they got like $100,000+ in those bikes.
Oh, more than that. I mean,
yeah. That's what I said.
Buddy Max Flinders, last year at Daytona, he was coming out there, and he said all you saw was hay bale or wall, and he dumped it like I forget how fast he was going, but I was just like, wow, imagine dumping one of those bikes at that speed, having to get off. But I'm like,
I know that's crazy. And when I talked to Stuart Higgs out there, he told me that supposedly you guys are supposed to be getting a bagger class in BSB.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Coming, I think 2025 or 2026, he said something like that. So maybe there'll be an announcement this year, if not next year. But that's what he told me. I think it would be good. Could you imagine baggers at Cadwell Park, man?
Imagine
you launch one of them, they're gonna be in the stands.
Shit. Dude, I was sitting there actually when I forgot who it was come over the mountain course, and when he landed, he got it crossed up and he wrecked. Man, who was that?
When was it?
Is that the one where he hit
this year?
The bike hit the
last year, 2023, when I was there.
Oh, and the bike went like sky high.
Yeah.
Over the barrier, was it?
Yeah. No, I don't. Maybe it was because they red flagged it.
Yellow bike.
I can't. It might have been. I want to say it was silver for some reason, but yeah, it might have been yellow. It happened so quick. Charlie Nesbitt, thank you. Yes.
Oh, yeah. That wreck, yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing. Well,
and then
go ahead.
Oh no, he says, what was that Stuart Higgs said? Sorry, Chris, I missed that. Oh, so I was just telling Luca that when I talked to Stuart, he told me that he was working with Wayne Rainey in Moto America trying to get bagger class over there to BSB. So there might be an announcement this year or next year, but he did tell me it was coming.
They're gonna
which
be
would be
tough.
good.
That's gonna be hard to go on those courses with a big bike, though.
Oh man, dude, listen, but dude,
It's hard
you know,
enough with the bikes they're running now. You imagine putting a full that 600-pound bike. That's that'd be something to see. That'd be like a demolition derby. Which
yeah.
we didn't tell Luca that we're gonna come over.
British riders, yeah.
We're gonna run the scooter class, Chris and I. You know, we're sponsored by McDonald's.
That's right. That's right. Scooter class coming to BSB, baby.
For the old guys.
Y'all heard it first. We're gonna put orange codes up in the.
I saw it
round
on
ones
YouTube.
at
That thing was hilarious. Did you ever watch that on YouTube? The scooter class? They had like a scooter race there. I was like, wow, how fun was that? It'd be just funny to watch those guys.
It would
round
be.
one's at Snetterton. You start track exit and race to Mackey's.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Good stuff, man. So, Luca, 2025, what's your expectations going in besides being on that number one plate, being champion?
Honestly, don't know yet. I mean, something like Super Sport would be cool. It's just huge money. We're really struggling at the minute to fund GP2, and that's nowhere near the money of Super Sport. And the only way I could go from GP2 really is like then stock thou, which is a bit it don't seem a right move for me.
Yeah,
it might be come to 2025, but at the minute, if someone said, "Oh, stock thou," I'd be like, I don't know. But it's even that I think will probably be similar monies to Super Sport. So either way, it's got to be one of the two. We've got to try and find some funds.
Yeah, it's so insane. I mean, compared to really any other sport, you know, like any other sport growing up, you could went and played, well, soccer or football to you guys. You know, it doesn't cost much to go play, or hockey here or football here, or, you know, but you get into any kind of motorsports, it's like, wow, it's even in what you're doing still isn't cheap.
No, it's not. It's I think the tire bill is knocking on 20.
Man.
It's big money, and we're just like we can bankroll it for so long, but after a while it's getting kind of ridiculous now. So we're trying really hard to try and get more sponsors. But fortunate for the ones we've got, but it's a lot of money involved, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And plus you're competing against everybody else that's going for sponsors, you know, and
absolutely.
You just call Elon Musk and say, hey, have Tesla sponsor you.
We need to get you over here to Moto America is what we need.
I want to do Daytona.
Oh, dude, that would be problem. Well, listen, if you ever come across here, man, you got a free place to stay at my house. I'm in Virginia. I'm about 10 hours from Daytona, but
I'll drive it.
We'll sort all that out. Yeah, we'll drive down there. No problem. Road trip, right?
I've got something pretty interesting, actually, about it's America related.
Okay.
So obviously, the great Nicky Hayden. Yeah, he's one of my dad's best mates. He's got one of the last World Superbikes Nicky rode.
No kidding, really?
Your dad?
My dad's best friend.
Oh, dude, no way.
No kidding.
Yeah,
you know, gonna bring it to Kentucky?
Yeah, you know the one he rode at Goodwood.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he wants me at some point to take it over to America and ride it and somehow organize with AMA parade laps on it. And he wants me to ride it.
Well, you know, they do a foundation ride every year for him down in Owensboro in Nicky's hometown.
Yep.
Roger and Tommy have that put together. That'd be cool to ride that because they get people every year to come down to it's getting bigger every year.
It would be ride. Definitely. And it's like, I think it'd be nice as well, probably for the Roger and the family, maybe to see the bike again.
Oh, I guarantee
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah. But no, that's something we're trying to line up and trying to get sorted at some point. But
who knows? Moto America will help you with that you know, being able to do that, you know.
Yeah.
Bring it over.
Yeah, that'd be cool because it's I think it'd be something that'd be it's just something that's nice, isn't it? It's a sentimental thing. It's
Mhm.
yeah, it's cool.
It's good for the fans, though.
Yeah.
You know, you have it at the racetrack, and people come by and see it, and good memorial for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure. 100%. You know, I named my son Hayden Rossi after Nikki Hayden and Valentino.
Oh,
So yeah,
wicked.
huge fan. Listen, I had the pleasure and the honor to actually meet Nikki Hayden several times. Got pictures, got actual signed helmet from him. I
Yeah.
met all his brothers, got signed posters. His dad got signed books from them all. Their yeah, and then of course my wife. She's like, "That's my ticket right there. Date night with Nikki Hayden." I was like, "Well, you go, girl. You go get him, girl. You go do it. Yeah, I'm with you." I said, "Just bring me back something signed. I'm good." Yeah,
you'd be a competition.
right.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's the only one I didn't get to meet. Obviously, no Roger, and I knew Tommy back in the day, and then unfortunately, I never got to meet him because when he was here, I don't know, I was probably off playing hockey at the time or something. I don't remember, but
Yeah.
I didn't get to the race and get to meet him.
Yeah, he was a proper is still a legend for sure of the sport.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I remember when he went over there to like at first, I remember Lucca. What year is that? It was 2003. Yeah, 2003. Edwards had just won the. Edwards just won the title in 2002 with the RC51 and World Superbike. So under contract, Edwards was supposed to get that RCV ride over Hayden, and then Hayden won the American Championship on the RC51. So I don't know how it ended up working out. He got it over Colin Edwards that ride. So, and I was super happy too. I was like, oh man, like at first I wanted Edwards to go too, right? Because he just won the title, more experience, blah, blah, blah. But I think a lot of it had to do too because Nikki was young, right? A lot younger than Edwards was at that time. And yeah, everybody in America was absolutely happy to have an American back in.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I mean, we yesterday for us here in Moto America, Pat, we lost Dane Westby here, the Wolverine here, years back, and it was his birthday yesterday. So,
yeah,
happy heavenly birthday, Mr. Wolverine.
He's
gone but not forgotten, that's for sure. You know.
Yeah. And then I just read a thing just a second ago where Xavi Flores was going to race TAC Yamaha on the Daytona 200.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of big names doing that this year, isn't there? Like Peter Hickman's doing it as well.
Peter Hickman's coming. Yes, dude. Yeah. God, I wish I was going to Daytona.
Now do we have to go to the boys just said about Daytona if we were going to go.
Richie Cooper.
Like, I don't know if we're going to go. We might go. But now I didn't know Hickman was going to be there. And
yeah, you've got to go. Got
to beat Peter,
I mean, get down there cheap. It's just we'd have to drive a little bit farther to stay this time, but
it's worth it.
Absolutely.
No, we were there last year. So
I'm still trying. I would love to go this year.
Doing it as well.
You can get really cheap flights out of Roanoke.
Well, I got
all regional jets out of there.
I went to in April I'm going to Coda for the MotoGP race, so I fly into Oklahoma because that's where one of my buddies live. We drive to Texas, but like a round trip ticket from here to Oklahoma was like $325, I think it was. Yeah, it wasn't much.
Really, not that expensive. I thought it'd be cheaper than that.
No.
You can go to Florida for cheap about that price.
But, yeah, but then as soon as I turn around from like if I was to go to Daytona, like I'd have to give up probably Atlanta, right? But I really want to go to Atlanta. Because I might be working actually with Ryan Wolf on his team that weekend. So if I was to give that up, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put somebody in a bind when I already gave my word. I'd do it. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to. But fortunate for me, I met Peter Hickman out there. It was I got to the hotel, whatever. I woke up the next day, called HRC because they were right there because I stayed in Laos. So it was right down the street. They told me flat out, absolutely not. You cannot come by unless you got business. I said, I'm American. I do got business. I just want to take some pictures of the bikes. And they were like, absolutely not, but good try. Have a good day. Click. And I was like, oh, well, shit. So I called Peter Hickman's shop and I was like, hey, my name's Sim Cohen from America. I just landed. I want to come out there, buy a hat, and a t-shirt and sweater. Let's go, Peter. You know, and they're like, he's like, absolutely, come on by, right? So I
Yeah.
get a cab, go there, show up. The guy comes, meets me out in the parking lot. Like, we pulled up in the cab and he comes out the door. He's like, you must be the American. I was like, woo, I'm Simcoe. What's up? Let's go. And he was like, oh shit, like your energy is just crazy. He didn't tell me Peter Hickman wasn't standing inside. So as soon as I cut the corner, dude, there's Peter Hickman right next to his bike. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me right now. So
Like Christmas all over again.
Bro, it was, yeah, absolutely. Had a nice conversation. He invited me back because that was the first time, because he just moved buildings, right? So he's having a bike night, first bike night at his new place. Got there, met his dad, had a nice long conversation with his dad, and obviously with Pete again, and met Faye. It was it was just proper, right? And then I go to the track that whole weekend, do the grid walk, and Peter gives me high fives and fist pounds throughout the whole weekend. As he's coming by, he'd see me and go like this and come by and give me a big old fist pound. I'm thinking to myself, like, is this real? Like, is this really happening? Am I dead now? Is this a dream? I mean, because I don't want to wake up, because this is proper right here, right? It's he's such a nice guy. Absolutely.
Cool.
And actually, he was working. So the guy standing behind the counter, and there was a girl, man, I wish I could remember their names. He's like, you need to take a picture of this, because it's the only time you're going to see Peter Hickman physically working. And Peter's like, yep, that's right. And all he was doing was putting together the cardboard stands because he sells his mats.
Yeah.
That you put bikes on. So who's putting together that cardboard stand? He's like, yep, you should take a picture of this, which I did. So I do have that. I have proof if anybody wants to know
that he actually works.
Yeah,
so, like, can you tell the difference when you have American fans over there compared to your fans? Are they more nuts? Are they just low keyed?
What are fans compared to American fans?
Yeah, and the reason I'm asking, because we'll tell you a story about fans here.
Don't take this personally.
No.
Americans are just nuts. They're wicked. They've got so much energy. They're just like, like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's cool, but like British fans are a lot more like just
low key. They're not jumping up and down, jumping fences, kissing your boots, picking you up on the stand.
No, they don't do any of that.
He said no. It'd be cool if they did, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I'd love someone to come up to me and kiss me boots.
Hey, come on over here. It'll happen. Trust me.
I'd be like, woo!
Come on over and get on the box. I guarantee it'll happen. You'll be pouring champagne on them, on the throat.
Doing a what they call it, where they drink the champagne out of the boot, the booty or whatever.
Picked up on the shoulders.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's wicked.
Absolutely. Chris Lewis says, I'll be going to Donington Rounds, Brands, and hopefully Alton, Lucca. It would be great to come by and say hi. Chris, dude, absolutely. Dude, when you get there, go straight over to Lucca and give him a big old high five. And while you're there, you should buy. Yeah.
Come swing by.
Yep. Get you a t-shirt and a hat to help support them too, as well, for sure.
100%.
Absolutely.
We can do that.
Absolutely. So do you also have a club, like, Club 45, Marsh, and all that?
I need to set something up because we are struggling with the funds quite a bit. So we need to set something like that up. But it's just so, I was planning to do it this week, but I didn't realize how information heavy this ADR course is. So I'm just like, I've not got any energy to do anything else. Like, it's so complicated. You're just like, what the hell?
Yeah. So you still go to school, right? You're in school?
No. I left when I was 16.
Okay.
Started working for my dad straight away. He owns, do you have? Yeah, you do. You have AutoSmart out there, right?
What is it?
AutoSmart.
AutoSmart.
I think you have some parts. I think there's a branch in Texas.
It might be under another name.
Yeah.
I don't remember AutoSmart.
Yeah, it's like cleaning chemicals for cars.
Okay.
Like foaming TFRs, polishes, and workshop products like brake cleaners, spray, literally anything and everything. We even sell toilet roll.
Nice.
Literally anything and everything. So I started working for my dad straight away when I left school. Because I actually went to an engineering college where I got what did I get? I got distinctions in engineering, manufacture, product design, engineer design, and something else. So basically a load of rubbish that I'm probably not going to use again.
No, you never know. One day racing will be over, and then you'll be like,
I can weld.
well, that's a good skill to have. So
it is.
Yeah. So then after that, it's kind of like left school. With just I can't sit at a desk. I'm too fidgety. I just can't. I'm just there like jittering my knee up and down non-stop.
Don't know anybody else like that, do you?
So I'm just like, I can't sit still at a desk. So when I worked for Dad, I have been since I left, and then now I'm 18. Over here, I can go and get I can go and get my lorry license.
Which is a truck, if anyone doesn't know what a lorry is.
It's a semi.
Yeah, of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I can go and get that now. But before I can do that, I have to get my ADR license because I'm going to be carrying chemicals.
There's probably like a hazmat license here.
Yeah, probably with the orange plates and stuff like that. So we call that ADR. So yeah, it's a week-long course as well. It's just so much information in it. You're just like, this is crazy. So it's like being back at school.
Right.
Just take notes of everything so you don't forget anything. So they kind of like teach you it all week, and then on the Thursday, we have the tests, and it's all on like computers and stuff. So so you can't cheat.
Oh no.
Can't quickly whip your phone out.
Right. And is that test this week?
Yeah, Thursday.
Hey, as long as you do they give you practice tests? The reason I can say is this is what I've done in my career. That's what I drove. And that's what I did. So we have to actually take our hazmat every 4 years, the written test. Anytime you renew your license, you have to redo the whole test.
Yeah,
fingerprints. You have to go through the background check.
Yeah, we're like that. For us, it runs out after 5 years.
5 years.
But can be refreshed or renewed, whatever, after 4.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. I think they did change it. It might be 5 now.
Yeah, that's only
for
recent.
us too.
2000. It was in the teens. They said they changed.
Yeah.
That. So then, it's just really information heavy.
So just think, if you get that and you get to a big team and they ever lose their driver, you can always just take the rig to the next event.
Pay me a bit of money, and I'll take it.
Yeah.
But no, so we're going through that at the minute, and it's all about just all the chemicals and stuff like that. So obviously, oxidizing ones and ones that strip the oxygen, all the good boys.
Oh yeah, you got your explosives, your corrosives, your flammables, your flammable solids, oxidizers,
and all the lovely pictures you get along with it on the power slide.
So your placards are a little different than ours.
Yeah,
so, but they're basically the same thing. How you have to load it, how it has to be loaded.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information though.
There is, like a lot. I think I've got like 5 pages of notes in 2 days.
Yeah. You'll pass though.
So yeah, I think it should be all right.
Yeah.
Hope so anyway. Because otherwise, again,
you'll be just fine, mate. You'll be just fine. Actually,
hey Diane, she said she's watching.
Diane, what is up? She's so awesome.
She is amazing.
She is. She really is. So I'm sending somebody a link now.
There you go. There you
go.
So what's your favorite food, Lucca? Like, what's your, like, if you have a to-go meal, like if they said, hey, doesn't matter about racing, nothing. If it's the meal that you could pick, fattening or not, what's your meal?
This is going to sound really boring. Like really, really boring. But my mum makes a great pesto pasta salad. Like phenomenal.
Why is that boring? That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I thought you were going to say like a hot dog
healthy,
or something.
Doesn't it? It just sounds healthy. But no, my mum makes a really good pesto pasta salad. So
is she a good cook?
Oh yeah. She is. Yeah. I tried cooking. I'm just like, it's just not mom's cooking though, is it?
This is why I tell Amy she's not allowed to cook because I'd be 700 pounds.
Yeah, I'm the cook in my house, so I do most of the cooking. I like to cook. Do you like to cook, Lucca?
I do like to, yeah. The PSB rounds, I'll get the grill out.
Do
I'll
you?
get the grill, yeah. Chuck
That's-
a load of meat. When we're at BSB rounds, we are meat only diet. That's all I cook.
Hot dogs and hamburgers and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, chickens, bacons, yeah, a whole lot.
Yeah, that's one thing I miss too is the way you guys cut y'all's bacon. Y'all got them big old wide pieces of
thick
bacon over here.
yeah.
Yeah, we got these little thin strips.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got these little mini thins.
Well, their foods over there are a little different. Like there in France, like they shop more often. Like I think their food is a little fresher than ours. Like we stock up for a week, maybe 2. Like people go to the grocery store once or every 2 weeks or a week. Here, we're there. They like a couple of days, and it's you don't have as much garbage in your food.
I
It's
think
a little fresher because you guys cook more often. You know what I mean? It's a little fresher.
I think definitely I think most nights mum makes something. Like we rarely get takeout. That's partly because of me, because I refuse to eat it.
Yeah, American lifestyle is more of going out, takeout, and then when you go out here, it's funny because Amy and I are going on a cruise here later this year, and they were complaining about how the food was small. You know, that you don't get very much, and I was like, well, yeah, that's the point. But here, when you go out, your meal is like 4 meals. It looks like a trough of food.
Yeah.
You know, like you come over here and get a meal, and you're like, oh my god, there's 3 meals or 4 meals. For us, it's just like, oh no, that's 1 meal.
I made the mistake when I was out in Texas. I was like, big breakfast. I was on the menu. So I was like, I have a big breakfast at home. That's all right. I'll have big breakfast. And it come out on like a huge plate. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, no way I'm eating all of that.
Well, you see why everybody's overweight over here. I mean, it's like, it's horrible here in the States. I mean, your health is not good. Huh?
Your hash browns are way different too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have different types. Now we have what we call home fries, which would be like a sliced potato. Like in the north, it's called home fries. And it's not a shredded potato that's like kind of put on a grill. But up here that's what we call a hash brown. And then a hash brown that you slice the potatoes and put it on, it's called a home fry. So depending on where in the United States you are at, it's called different things. But it doesn't matter because the food is huge no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Unless you go to California.
Yeah. It's good though. It is good food. It is.
I like the English breakfast when I got there. It was really good. It was different, right? The square, the triangle hash browns was good. And then my mate Daniel Parker, he's a rider mindset coach. Big shout out to him. He actually works with Finn Whedon. But he's like, dude, you gotta try black pudding. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let me try it. And everybody listening, don't try it, but I didn't like it. So
did you know?
Good luck. No, bro, dude, because it was Lucca, bro. Are you kidding me? I got about 3 chews in it, and I grabbed a napkin.
I'll tell you one of my favorite things is Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, they're great. Do you not have them?
No.
Really?
Nope. And plus, there's a lot of words over there that mean different things here. Yeah. So, like, a friend of mine was over there working, and her boss would say, I'm going to come around and knock you up. And she's like, what? And that means you're going to come by and say, hey,
Yeah.
It means that they're coming by and we're
going to do that thing.
Hang on.
Yeah. It's like them coming by and just saying hi.
No, you're good.
Just shut the dogs up.
No, you're good. You are good, mate.
We don't even hear them. I don't even hear the dogs.
2 seconds. I've escaped the kitchen.
Okay.
What a funny guy. Lucca, do you have a favorite movie?
He had to go get the dogs.
Oh yeah, he went to go get the dogs. Okay, well, yeah.
Bring them in for interviews like that.
So I did have somebody, my mate Pete, that said he wanted to come on and ask a question, but I sent him the link. But
did he come on? I don't.
No, we ain't seen him yet. No, he hadn't even seen it. Like he's active now, but he hadn't seen the.
Oh, okay.
The link. Gotcha. I sent it to him on WhatsApp too. So
yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be weird. How are they gonna get the? I don't know how the baggers gonna do it on those tracks, Chris, because those tracks are so much smaller. I mean, there's like no room.
I mean, not all of them. Only Cadwell's really narrow. Other than that, all the other.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as twisties and turnies and their tracks over there don't have the big straightaways like we do. They're not like that over there, as you know. I mean, obviously they could do it, otherwise they wouldn't be promoting it. But
yeah, it's gonna be. I hope they do. Chris Lewis says, I hate black pudding, man. And then Daniel Chris told me, he's like, well, you should try white pudding. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying none of it no more. Like,
I want to know what is black pudding.
Dude, it's made with like Lucca, you can explain it. What is black pudding made
What
out
is
of?
it?
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
I
Pig's
think
blood and something else.
pig's
like brains,
blood and bladder, I think.
Yeah.
Let me check. White pudding, however, is completely different, and you'd love it. 100%.
Okay.
Was it like tapioca?
I don't know what's in it, but it's got fruit in it.
That sounds like Scrapple here in PA. It's all the garbage you don't want.
Oh, dude, you don't want black pudding. I'm telling you right
Black
now.
pudding?
Black pudding is made of beef or pig blood, pork fat, beef suet.
Beef sewer.
Yeah.
Sounds tasty already.
Oat groats or barley groats.
Yeah, not a fan, bro. Absolutely
Yeah,
not. Like, listen, Luke, if we were out somewhere starving and that's all you had was black pudding, I'm eating grass. I'm eating grass. I'm eating leaves and grass and all that. You keep it. Listen, I don't want it.
Even Gordon Ramsay couldn't make that taste good.
Yeah, he could.
Hey, Dale, what's up? Yes, I agree. It is nasty. It sounds nasty, doesn't it?
Good. It's good stuff. So, do you have a favorite movie, Lucca?
Actually, I do, yeah. What's it called? I used to watch it all the time as a kid. Supercross.
Yes.
Yeah. The movie.
Carlisle and all that. I used to love that, and Trip, and I used to love watching that. I still watch it now. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
What was the one back in the day? Where I'm dating myself here. When Travis Strong first saw them, he was that little kid, and they're all trying to jump the river there, and he just comes up and he's like, "Oh, I could jump that." And they're like, "Yeah, right." And here he goes, boop, right over it. There was a series of movies that came out.
The documentaries on him.
Yeah, but it was on that's on Nitro Circus. Kind of got started, but it was
I'm trying to think. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Nasty something or McNasty. It was I forget.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna. Oh my God, there were like 3 different movies that came out. Where they just film them going over the dunes and stuff and just doing wild stuff.
Yeah, I know which one you're on about.
Yeah.
Chris says, "What kind of dogs do you got, Lucca?"
I've got 3 cockapoos.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, which are cocker spaniels and poodles.
Yeah.
And they're a nightmare.
I got 2 pit bulls.
It's like they have attachment issues, I think. Like they can't not be near you. And if they aren't near you, they make a massive fuss. So I've had to get my sister to sit in the kitchen with them.
That's like Chris's dog.
Bro, dude, my dog's my dog is so one is she's old, her name's Charlie. She's like 14, man. She's getting hard to get around. Charlie. But my other one, his name's Cruz, bro. He's a Tennessee Walker Hound pit bull, like 130 pounds, and he don't shut up for nothing. Absolutely nothing. When the wind blows, he bark. I remember when he was a puppy, he was about 4 months, I think, when we got him. He was about 8 months, and there's this big thunderstorm coming in, and I'm standing outside, letting him go to the bathroom, and it thunders really loud, and this dog backs up, looks at the sky, and starts growling and barking. I'm like, "Go get him, Cruz! Go get him! You go get him, buddy!" Yeah, it's bro. He
has been on the podcast, and he doesn't say anything. He doesn't talk when he's on the podcast. He brings him in. He won't bark or anything. He's quiet. I'm like, I thought this dog was loud.
Yeah, I'll bring him in here before we end this podcast for sure. He's
we have people bring their animals in anyway because we see them because everyone says, "Oh, they're horrible," and they bring them in and they're well behaved. They're like,
maybe it's because he knows he's on camera. I don't know, right? Yeah.
No, mine are horrible.
Yeah, right. Mine are horrible. Lucca, do you read any books or listen to audio books?
I read sometimes. Yeah. I read the Anthony Joshua autobiography. I've read the Rutter one. I've read. Who else have I read? That was one of the. I've read the McGuinness.
Mhm.
And there was one. There was one I got halfway through reading and just stopped reading.
I just finished the Jonathan Ray one. That was
Yeah, Johnny
that
Ray
was
was
pretty good.
I listen to audiobooks. It's easier for me to put my headphones in and listen to the book
Yeah,
and
yeah.
read it because I'll just go to sleep if I don't. So, what book are you reading now? Any or?
I'm not reading one at the minute. No.
Okay, dude.
My ADR booklet.
Okay. Well, after that, that's right. That's number one. You focus on that, but you need to get John Hopkins Leathered if you hadn't got that one. Yes. That to me, out of all road racers biographies and all that books, to me was the best one because he didn't hold nothing back. He tells it all, every single bit of it, dude.
Well, didn't Stoner write one?
Stoner did too, but Stoner,
he's always been pretty well right in your face with stuff.
He is, but Stoner wasn't smoking weed, jumping on a MotoGP bike, racing it, right? John Hopkins says that, does all that.
I got you.
So that's what I'm talking about. He's like real.
He's telling you what really is happening behind the scenes.
Right. That's what
media wants you to know. Yeah.
Right.
The real story.
This is so good. Yes.
I might have to get that then.
Bro, dude, you got to. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed at all. Do you listen to any podcast?
I've listened to a few of yours. But if I'm brutally honest, most of the time, no, because my attention span is just.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like, I'll be on PlayStation. I'll get bored of a game by like 10 minutes. Move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Every 10 minutes, and before I know it, I've gone through every game, and I'm just putting Netflix on. And I'm going.
That's how you stay skinny.
Yeah,
just keep moving.
Yeah, for sure. So, what episodes of the podcast did you listen to? Who'd you listen to?
Obviously, the one with Jake.
Jake, Jake, dude, yeah.
You can't not watch one with Jake.
Well, he's actually coming back on with Chloe. I'm getting him and Chloe on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, together. And you know what I'll do is I'll send you the link. You can come in and crash it if you have opportunity. I shouldn't have said that because they're probably listening. So,
or they will be listening, and they'll be like, "Oh, now we know."
Oh, okay, now we know Luca's gonna come in at any moment now, right? So, what music, Luca? What music are you listening to?
Country music.
Nice.
Morgan Wallen.
Boy, so he's that famous over there too. Okay.
Yes.
We've got a bit of Morgan Wallen, a bit of Chris Chambers.
Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton as well.
Yeah.
Chris Chambers. Yeah, you're right.
So you like all the new country, but nothing that's a little older?
Oh, no. I've got, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Jenny Tolman. Ain't Mary Jane. I've got that on there. Sam Barber, Luke Combs, Bailey Zimmerman, Jason
Aldean.
Yeah. Chase Matthews, John Denver, of course.
Oh, now you're going old school. Okay.
Yeah. Florida Georgia Line.
Yep.
Sam Hunt, Blake Shelton.
Yep.
Bebe Rexha.
Yep. Bebe Rexha. Yep. Bebe Rexha, they call her. Yep.
Dustin Lynch, Aaron Lewis. Yeah, we've got loads. Scott McCreery.
Yep, Scotty McCurry.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got we've got a lot of it. We've got Johnny Cash, Zach Bryan.
Johnny Cash is a
Rascal
legend.
Flats.
Yeah.
Zach Brown Band. Yeah. Caitlin Brown, Old Domination, Alex Murdoch, and it just goes on and on.
Dude, that's cool. You're into that.
That's awesome. Listen, Luca, you got to ask Jake Marsh the prank that Benny Grayson played on him last year in the pits.
Oh, I was there.
Oh, was you, dude? How awesome was that?
With the noise on the speakers. Yeah, I was there. I got blamed.
Did you really?
I was sat in the lorry with them, and I was the one that was smugly giggling. I was on my phone. They was all turning around to me going, "You got to stop doing that. Stop doing it. Stop." I was like, "It's not me." To the point where I put my phone on the table, left my phone there, then it played again. I was like, "See."
That's awesome, dude. Good stuff.
That was good. That was.
Yeah. Benny told me that, and I just screamed laughing. That was awesome. Star Wars. Are you into Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
What Star Wars character would you be?
Ooh. That's hard. That is hard. Although he doesn't have a big part, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yep.
He was pretty sick.
Yeah, Qui-Gon was the man.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. I think it'd have to be him or probably Obi-Wan.
There you go.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan's a beast. Look, I tell everybody, Obi-Wan's probably one of the strongest Jedis. I mean, look how many people he's killed. Nobody else could touch, right? I mean, he's just he's a monster. He's absolutely a beast. Dude, Mark, what Star Wars character would you be?
Yeah.
Well, I grew up. I'm so old. So when the first one came out, then they said, "Well, I thought that was the original one," but they said, "Oh no, the story goes backwards." So the first, though, what's it called? It's called New something, the New World or something. What is it called? The very first one in the 70s.
New Hope.
New Hope. Okay, so that is technically the last one. Because they blow up the Death Star, right?
Yep.
So heck, I'd be Skywalker. Heck yeah, he's gonna go in there and boop, he blows the whole thing up.
Skywalker, yeah, dude. Skywalker, yeah. Luke Skywalker.
Or Mace Windu.
Mace Windu, yeah, dude. I had somebody else on here say that they would be Mace Windu. Man, it'd be hard. I think about it too, man. Like I would be more like Ahsoka. Not saying I would be Ahsoka, but I would be where I wasn't a Jedi nor not a Sith. I would walk in between, right? Because I would want to have a girlfriend for one, right? Because there are Jedis are forbidden not to be with any women, right? That's why Anakin got in trouble, right? But I would walk the gray line, I would say. As far as a character goes, man, that's so hard. I mean, dude, I really liked Anakin Skywalker, but we all know his destiny.
But still, it'd be pretty badass to be Darth
Vader. Yeah.
Dude, it would be.
Now,
right?
Of course,
badass.
The older I get, I feel more like Jabba the Hutt, though.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. If I could pick any character to be, I'd be Anakin Skywalker. Or
Jar Jar
Binks. However you want to do it. Jar Jar Binks.
He takes life so whatever.
Yeah. I love that, and that's what I loved about Jar Jar. A lot of people hated him. I was like, dude, Jar Jar is cool, man. He's just like whatever, right? Just whatever. Celebrity crush, Lucca.
He's got a girlfriend. He can't say. He'll be like,
no, I can say she knows. Megan Fox.
Oh, okay.
Megan Fox, or who else? Do you know Madeline Klein?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no.
I say that's a little older.
No. Scrap them two.
Okay.
Scrap them. Margot Robbie.
Dude, bro. Suicide Squad.
Yes. Wall Street.
Yes. Good stuff. Good stuff. Are you watching anything on Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus or anything?
I just finished watching something on Netflix. I don't know if it's because we have different Netflix servers, don't we?
No, we have a lot of the same stuff. Like I've been watching Peaky Blinders. Everybody's like, you gotta watch that.
That's basically where I'm from. Have you seen something on there called White Lines?
Yeah. No, we have that. We do have that.
Yes.
So good.
Is it really?
It is actually really good.
I'm writing that down right now. White Lines on.
Yeah, I actually just saw it.
Because purely, it's like you can't stop watching it. Every episode leaves it on a cliffhanger. It's quite annoying. And then it just, all right, I'll watch the next one. Before you know it, it's been like 3 hours and you've gone, oh God. But no, White Lines is like probably the best series I've watched.
All right, here we go. What is up, Peter?
Hey.
Yeah.
How we doing?
Good.
Right?
I apologise if the signal's not very good. I'm driving home from work.
Now you're good.
No, it looks good to us.
Technically not been to work though. I was listening to the podcast.
Oh,
he's right. Oh, there he goes. Here he goes.
Here we go.
Are we back?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so I heard you talking about Peter Hickman. I've been up to Peter Hickman's place today to pick up the Triumphs. And it sparked, you wanted a question. And I met a lovely lady at Peter Hickman's place today. She's a keen rider, but she was explaining to me that she's a trainee nurse. And over here, to become a trainee nurse, she was saying that she has to do 3 years of 38 hours a week for free. She doesn't get paid to become a trainee nurse, basically. So she's taken a student loan. She reckons by the end of the 3 years, she'll be like 100 grand in debt. So I basically said to her, well, what are you going to do? And she basically said, I've started OnlyFans. So this is my question, because I know there's 2 riders in there in Moto America that are actually sponsored by OnlyFans.
Right, there are.
So, Lucca, how many people in BSP do we think have an OnlyFans page to fund their motorbike racing?
Probably the majority.
And would you do it?
I love it, dude.
I don't know.
Because you got to think, it's so expensive to do. Yet this lady, absolutely lovely. Give her a follow on Instagram. Fifi, and she's tiny. She's such a lovely lady. She rides a Triumph 675. Helping her kid it up, basically. You might lose me 1 second, guys. Just going under a bridge.
We didn't lose you. Oh, maybe
a little bit here.
We spoke too soon.
we did. I spoke a little too soon. Yeah, we're good. Maybe.
Nope, still a little throat. We could talk like that.
Are we back, guys?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you. Nope.
Oh.
No, we lost you.
It's the interesting bit as
Hey,
well.
he makes a good point though about the
OnlyFans.
yeah.
I might start one.
There you
go.
OnlyFans.
Hey, the
Link in the description.
Josh Heron's been really successful with it.
Sorry.
Our rider here, Josh Heron, has that, but he's actually done really well because he has put himself on social media. That's what really made him so popular, because he's always out there.
He made
People know who he is.
Yeah, he is an OnlyFans account, but I think it's just motorcycle related. Like
it's only motorcycle.
videos.
Like, he'll go on,
and
he'll
like
slide
that.
on the canyons. He'll go down the canyons and do sliding. Backing it in on the turns. And he's not taking pictures of his feet or anything like that.
No. I mean, he could be. We don't know about, right? So it's very possible. Absolutely. So it says Charlie Peters. What is up, man? So we're just waiting on Peter Marsh to come back, but he says, Lucca, who was your favorite? Vicky 63 or I don't even know how you say that.
I can't see it on my
Vic 63 or I forgot his name. It's Vic 63 or how's it spelled?
ILLOGAVII.
Lilo Gavi. Yeah, that's it.
Lilo Gavi.
We don't talk about that.
I said we don't talk about. Sorry,
So
Charlie.
I play MotoGP 23 with Charlie, Casey, and one of our other mates, Fraser. And these two that he's just named always end up in our lobbies. Always. And really? I'll be on a really good lap, or I'll be in second, or I'll be battling with Casey or something like that. Then out of nowhere, I just get T-boned and cleaned out. It's always one of them two. Always the same username. And then they'll go into game chat and start laughing down the mic, going, and I'm like, stop.
Yeah, right. What are you guys doing, man?
I thought you're ruining my life. Leave me alone.
Stop, please. So are you into any other sports besides racing? Like, do you watch soccer or?
Not really. No, we just motocross. Love motocross, supercross. But that's a two-wheel stuff, really. Anything else, I'm just kind of a bit
boring. I know. Besides OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So, do you watch American Supercross?
Yeah.
Who's your rider?
Deegan.
Deegan's a
All the way
beast,
up.
ain't
There
he?
you go.
Yeah, he's a beast. You know, Jet Lawrence and them been doing big things too, and so we'll see, man. But Deegan is yeah. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years, Lucca?
Oh, bloody hell. That's a broad question. I don't know. The dream is maybe European, maybe something World Championship. I don't know, maybe Superbike. It's anything higher than what I'm doing now. In fact, no, just to still be racing, to still be finding the money to go buy racing 5 years from now. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Like,
and then of course Harry says, "Who's quicker, me or you on MotoGP 2020?"
That's not even a question. Me all day long. Hey, calm.
Dude, listen, I played GP 2023 too, man. But man, it's so hard. Like the Moto 3 bikes, yeah, I murder it. But when I get on a Moto 2 and Moto GP, there's something about the braking. It's way different than Moto GP 2021 or 2020.
The Moto 2 is so much easier.
It is. It is.
Look, in the group chat, they're all sending pictures of the podcast. They're all watching.
Well, thank you, everybody. Yes, absolutely. What an honor. What an honor. Lucca, listen, we're gonna have to sit down and do this again. I would love to be able to obviously this is our initial one, right? But I would love to do a mid-season, get you back on here, do a mid-season recap, right? What's been happening to progression, and then at the end of the year, I'll get you back on. Matter of fact, I'll get let's do you and Jake Marsh. I'll get you both on at the same time, and we can cut it up and laugh and yeah, have a good time. Be good, man. Be really good. Also, you need a club so I can sign up and support you.
Yes,
absolutely.
So I think it's like whenever you mention sponsorship to people, they're always thinking like big money. Like, oh, 10 grand, 5 grand, 20 grand. As nice as that'd be, it's just not realistic, is it? It's just like all the little bits when they get added together, it's just like a huge help.
Yeah, we gotta give you like the LA 11 club or something cool, you know, like the.
Yeah, definitely. We'll need to sort something like that out, definitely. So
yeah,
you can get it. You can get it pretty automated as well, can't you, with the emails? I think.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. Mm-hmm. So if people want to sponsor you and give to you, how can they do that? What's your email that they can get hold of you and get that started? So
my Instagram is Lucca Allen, all one word, but with the L's in Allen, they're ones, because I'm a genius.
I love it.
No, and then Facebook is the race account is Lucca Allen Racing, and then obviously my normal Facebook account is tagged in this, isn't it? The normal one, I think. So that's the one.
It should be, but just for the Americans, when they do look you up, just so they know, on Facebook, make sure it's Lucca Allen BSB, because there is a Lucca Allen that runs light Formula One cars, and it will pop
subject, Mark.
I just
subject.
I know, but you know what? I want to make sure you get it, not that other one.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
I'll make sure they put you BSB and you're on the motorcycle, not driving the car.
Or you guys could just hit me up and I'll take
Chris up. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. I'll put you. I'll get you.
But yeah, if you guys anything can help him, definitely. Yeah. Let him live his dream.
Yeah, and then Fraser says I'd buy a Lucca Allen T-shirt, right? I would too.
The hell yeah,
110%. Or a hat, or a beanie, or a body warmer,
or
y'all call them a Gillette.
Gilet, yeah.
Gilet, that's it. A Gilet body warmer. Because I was asking, I was like, man, where you get? They're like a Gilet, and I was like, what the fuck is a Gilet? Right? That's what I said. They're like
that.
Yeah. What the hell is that? Yeah. I actually bought I bought a Paul Bird PBM one when I was there at Cadwell. Yeah, it was cool, man. But yeah, so listen, it's been an honor, man. We've been at this for almost an hour and 40 minutes. Lucca, I need you to stay on with me when I end this just for a few more minutes. But listen, real quick before I get off here, Mark, do you have anything you want to say to everybody?
It was a pleasure finally getting to meet you and
likewise
following you a little bit there. And good luck this year. And we'll definitely be talking to you halfway through the season.
Absolutely.
That'd be good. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Obviously, big shout out to Peter and Jake Marsh, everybody over there, R&D Racing. Man, they're such a supporter of Pin the Gas, and it's hard for me to express in the words what an honor it is to be on their team this year in 2024. So please go to Club 45, help my buddy Jake out, R&D and his dad Pete. Mega people they are. If you don't know how to get in touch with Jake Marsh or Club 45, just hit me up. I'll put you in direct contact with them. Same thing with my man Lucca Allen right here too. He don't have a club yet, but it is up and coming, so stay tuned. Big shout out to my man Martin from the Clothing King podcast. The Clothing Kings. I said the podcast. They make all Pin the Gas merch. You can get hats, t-shirts, sweaters, all that good stuff. And as you can tell, he does Jake Marsh's R&D. Who else does he do? Hardy and Luke Hedger. Luke Hedger's on there. So big shout out to Martin and the Clothing Kings. And everybody that watches, thank you guys so much. Everybody that liked and commented, you guys are proper mega. So yeah, thank you guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time. All right. What'd you think?